from the nation's capital, two blonde journalists who seek complete world domination. They're funny, they're informative, they're out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, Breaking Beltway with Jessica Chasmar and Timpf.
Welcome to another episode of Breaking Beltway with Jessica Chasmar and Timpf.
Hello, guys.
We come to you every Tuesday night, and we actually have a little bit of important business we want to take care of straight off the bat. Kat, you want to lead that?
Yeah, so basically I have been way too busy traveling back and forth from DC to New York and doing all kinds of things to kind of give this podcast the attention and time that it deserves. So Jessica's been doing a lot of the work already anyways, by far most of it, and it wasn't really fair. So I'm actually going to be stepping down as a co-host of the show. I'm still going to be able to be on whenever I have stories or whatever to talk about, so I'll probably be on pretty often, hopefully. But I'm not going to be having time anymore to be an actual formal co-host of the program.
We're definitely very disappointed to see Catherine go, and she will always be welcome on Breaking Beltway. It's definitely an open forum for Kat. She can come back anytime, talk about her stories or TV appearances or anything you want to rant and rave about. You're always welcome, and I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to miss you too. I'm sad, but like it just is impossible. Like I'm sitting in a Panera Bread right now with a weave in. Like, because I just got done with doing a Russia Today appearance, and I had to go right to this Panera after to send over more information. So I'm like sitting
Kat's
in this...
working for the Ruskies now.
Right. So I'm sitting in this Panera with like fake hair in and like studio makeup, just looking ridiculous, like doing a podcast and probably bothering everybody. But
so basically, I'm still going to do the show every Tuesday night, and it will, we'll still be at breakingbeltway.com and all of that. And, but this is my show now, bitches. I'm very excited. Kat was definitely my checks and balances, so I'm definitely going to miss that filter. So we'll see where the show goes from here. But I definitely want to talk about this one story for WashingtonTimes.com. This is hysterical. Kat, I don't know if you've seen the video yet, but it's this white supremacist, this guy, Craig Cobb, and I've actually reported about him before. He's trying to transform this North Dakota town into a safe haven for white supremacists. Basically try to cleanse it of any kind of culture, basically. He appeared on the Trisha show and took a DNA test to show his ancestry, and she dropped a bombshell on him that he's 14% sub-Saharan African. It is pretty hysterical. Let's play this video for our audience really quick.
So Craig Cobb. Craig Paul Cobb has undergone DNA testing to determine genetic ancestry. 86% European and...
I love the way that this keeps it laughing.
Wow.
14% sub-Saharan African.
That's gold. That's television gold.
This is called statistical noise.
Sweetheart, you have a little black in you.
I'll tell you,
Statistical noise, a DNA test is statistical noise. But then again,
I love that. Sweetheart, you have a little black in you.
I bet you that white supremacists are probably not the most intelligent people on the planet. So maybe he doesn't believe in DNA testing.
No. I mean, statistical noise would be plus or minus 3%, I mean, 14% is a pretty significant chunk of your DNA.
Statistical noise. Statistical noise.
Man.
It's like the same as those people who are on like the Maury show, and it's like, you are not the father. Like, the test is wrong.
It lied. But
the test is wrong.
Right. That's exactly what this is. It's like this daytime television show, which is shocking that he would even go on this show, But, he basically said oil and water don't mix, and he still considers himself the leader of the purebreds, and he basically called it short science to promote multiculturalism, and and blah, 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 a bunch of nonsense. But, oh man, it was just so funny to watch the audience just filled with glee when this was read. I was the same way. I mean, it's just the funniest thing. He has this fixed smile on his face that never leaves. And, Trisha gets up and tries to give him a little fist bump, and he completely blows her off, doesn't give her the fist bump back, and just totally ruined his day, ruined his life. He's 62 years old. He's lived 62 years being an idiot.
I mean, how did they find out that they sort of suspected that this was the situation?
I have no idea.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. I'm going off the YouTube video.
It seems like kind of a
fixed.
Kind of a weird coincidence. I mean, I don't know, but it's just, yeah.
It is pretty great. That is definitely a WTF moment for that guy. He is hating his life right now.
His whole identity. I don't think he'll change it though. I think he'll just go around thinking that it's wrong.
Oh, definitely. He basically, he's trying to, it's Leith, or Leith, I guess it's pronounced, in North Dakota. He basically bought up a lot of property out there, and he wants to turn it into a community for white supremacists. And apparently a few already live there, and that's what he's trying to turn it into, which, whatever, if they want to, but God forbid you have Leith, North Dakota on your address. You know what I mean? And everybody knows, everybody would know who you are. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But anyway, with that, we're going to take a quick break and come back and talk about some other hot topics. You're listening to Breaking Beltway.
Everybody, welcome back to Breaking Beltway. I'm Catherine Timpf. I'm on with Jessica Chasmar. I'm no longer broadcasting to you from a Panera. I've now moved on to a Starbucks. I'm trying to find a good connection. We keep getting broken up. I didn't have time to go home because I had to do an appearance on Russia Today, which is my first time on Russia Today. But so I'm sitting here with my fake hair and trying to get this podcast on. But I was talking about the ongoing trend in American colleges and universities to hire celebrity professors. And obviously this all kind of came to light with the with David Petraeus. And he recently agreed to accept a salary of $1. But that was only because his original salary of $200,000 for teaching a single class got so much attention. Obviously, that's a huge amount, especially because the average full-time faculty member
$200,000
for a single class.
Okay, so each class he's getting $200,000?
Well, he was only teaching one class, so to teach that one class, he got $200,000, and then the average full-time faculty member gets only $90,000 per year. So that was pretty crazy. And in 2009, they also had Elliot Spitzer as a professor, and he only made $4,500 for his one class. But that was still a lot more than, the average CUNY adjunct professor makes only $3,000 per class. And so still.
Right, so they're paying them basically because of their name.
Yeah, but it's weird because they got their names by being pervs. Like David Petraeus and Elliot Spitzer.
Why would you want to learn from Elliot Spitzer? I just can't imagine being like, oh, I'm going to take his class. That sounds interesting. What is he teaching?
He taught political science.
So
it's what is with CUNY?
Who in their right mind is going to... That's crazy. They're going to take a political science class from Elliot Spitzer, this guy who pays prostitutes.
So creepy. And now David Petraeus, it's they're trying to hire the most prominent adulterers and pay them whatever to bring them in. But the worst part about it is CUNY tuition is going up $300 a year for every student through 2015. So they need to raise all this. They need to hike tuition on these students, make them pay more, but then they're paying $200,000 for David Petraeus to teach one class. They're paying Elliot Spitzer more than the average adjunct professor to teach one class. And also, the thing that I was talking about too is this habit of hiring any professor, even if you're paying them a normal amount, to teach one class, it costs more to have like all these professors teaching in one class. There was a study at the University of Texas at Austin, which showed that if 80% of the faculty with the lowest teaching loads were to teach just half as much as the 20% with the highest loads, then this tuition could be cut by more than half. So that's a huge amount. And when you're talking about the fact that student debt is already more than $1 trillion, it's kind of, it's kind of horrible that you would think you want to be cutting tuition in as many ways as you can. You want to be thinking of all the things you can do to help students and to cut tuition.
Right, and
yeah,
I'm sure
another
I'm
one.
sure...
UC Berkeley had the average professor at UC Berkeley makes less than $150,000, which is still a lot, but that's the average. But they had they brought in Robert Reich to teach in some classes, okay? And in 2011, he made almost $236,000. 2012, he made more than $246,000. And the worst part is, if you look at these years, this is in 2011. In the 2010-2011 school year, Berkeley hiked tuition 8%. And then in the 2011-2012 school year, it hiked it more than 9%. So during the same time, they're going to be paying this guy almost double what a normal professor makes, which is already kind of a lot. And then they're going to be hiking tuition. So, and these are just the public schools. So there's a lot of private schools. We have no idea how much that they're making. Like Maya Angelou teaches at Wake Forest University. We don't know how much she's making because it's private and they don't have to tell us, but they just increased undergraduate tuition by 3.5%, and the students don't even like her. Like, I looked at rate my professors, and she had like a 2.6. People called her boring. People called her a bully. Someone was like, the only thing that humanizes her is the fact that her incessant bullying proves she knows what a fraud she is. Like, these aren't so what are the students even getting out of this? I mean, they don't like these. A lot of these professors, Paul Krugman at Princeton, they said he came to class unprepared, didn't really seem to care. I mean, these people are already famous. They're already rich. They're probably getting huge amounts of money to put in only a little bit of effort, and the students are having to pay for it. It's the most absurd thing, because this isn't about the students. It's about the school trying to, up its star power.
Yeah, that's exactly
it's got nothing to do with, any value of the students, of, learning. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. And it's not even like, okay, like all the students have to pay these fees, but only some of the students get to take these classes. I mean, there's just so many things wrong here. So.
It's so interesting to me that Russia Today was interested in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure about that.
Why?
I don't know. They just contacted me about it. My boss knows one of the...
I mean, hey, whatever. But I mean, that's kind of weird. It has nothing to do with Russia. It has nothing to do... I mean, it's not even... I don't know. That's funny.
I don't know. It's going to be... My interview is part of a package. I know they're also going to talk to some students. I don't know if they're going to talk to any Russian colleges and universities.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is really interesting.
For about...
Yeah, I mean, that is really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what the students think about this, if they knew, and if they're taking any measures to stop this from happening, because that blows my mind that their tuition is getting hiked, while they're shopping for these professors, you know what I mean? And that's insulting. That's especially when you can give away a scholarship, or you can do this or that and the other to help the school. I mean, that's just having Maya Angelou, or having Elliot
must be incredibly
Spitzer
expensive. The school
speak at your university.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. I mean, somebody at that school needs to do something. I mean, that's just absurd.
Right. I mean, I'm sure that Maya Angelou is very expensive, and the school wouldn't tell me, so that's sign number one. The sign number two is she's obviously very famous. So,
right.
But then the students filling out her performance reviews are saying, hey, this lady sucks at teaching. She's
Right.
She's boring. She's bullying me. I'm having a miserable time.
Gosh, I forgot about that website, Rate My Professors. I forgot about that. I loved that thing.
I know, I did too, until I was, I had the idea while I was preparing for this package to go online and look and see,
That's great. That's a good idea.
Maybe if these students are really loving these professors, that might be one thing, but they're not.
Did you look up Petraeus, what they think of him or Spitzer?
No, I didn't. I think he's still teaching the class, so I don't know, but like, you know
Gotcha.
that Cal Penn, as in Kumar, of Harold and Kumar?
Uh-huh.
he taught 2 classes at University of Pennsylvania in 2008, and one of the classes he taught was called Contemporary American Teen Films. Like, I don't even know what Ivy League's, like, what?
Like American Pie, that kind of thing. Well, Harold and
I don't
Kumar.
know. Does he just talk about being in Harold and Kumar? Like, I don't understand how that's a valuable experience for anybody.
That's basically what that is. That's Harold and Kumar 101 right there.
Right.
That's what that film, or that's what that class probably turned into.
Right. And there's no indication of how much he was paid. He did teach one other class about, like, it was like about the, like, perception of Asian Americans in movies or something. But
Gotcha.
but the Asian American Studies program did admit to the school newspaper that it contributed a significant portion of its yearly budget. So, like, they're bringing in a lot of money to bring in Kumar, and Kumar, he only got a 3. And I'm sure college students love Harold and Kumar, so his class must have been pretty bad. Like, you know, among the students who were so excited enough to sign up for Contemporary American Teen Films, he only got a 3. So, I mean, come on, man. It's so important to be cutting college costs, and this is the easiest way. All right, we're having some connection issues, so we're gonna go to a song now. All right, see ya.
All right, guys, I hate to do this for Kat's last show as co-host, but it seems that we're not able to get a solid connection. We're having a lot of lag, and we're not able to do this correctly for you guys. So I think, actually, Kat, did you have anything that you wanted to say before we said goodnight?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for listening. It's been really great doing this, and it's really sad that my schedule doesn't really allow for it, but I'm sure it'll still be great, obviously, with Jessica on, and I will be on a lot still on here, so check out my Twitter, KC Timpf, and I'll be announcing whenever I'm going to be coming on, dropping in to talk about things on the podcast. So thank you so much, and keep on listening, Breaking Beltway.